welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Come House Hunting with Us. Thank you. I was really hoping that I wasn't gonna have to make this video because if you watched my vlog that's literally titled We Found the Perfect House, we found the perfect house and we didn't get it. It was actually a really weird situation. Like the offer review date was supposed to be on Tuesday and everybody's been reviewing offers like before their review date. But this agent like swore up and down they couldn't review until Tuesday. The owners were out of town. And then at like 1:30 on Sunday, he changed the review time, not even like on the listing, but in the seller's notes that only our agent could see, to 2 o'clock that day. And we only found out about it like right before. So we threw our offer in anyway, but we're pretty sure what happened was that he found his own buyer and wanted that double commission. So that sucked, and it was definitely a big emotional fallout. I was so upset because that house felt like it was literally perfect for us. So now we're back at square one. We're starting again. I'm trying to have a good attitude about it. I think the good thing about the situation was that it showed me, like, with how overinflated the market is, like, we're putting in offers that are tens of thousands of dollars above asking and like not even getting a second glance from the sellers. So rather than just crazy overpaying for something that's going to be a bad investment and like we might be underwater on our loan, which would push back my desire to move back to California in the next like 5 years, we are now looking more at fixer-uppers. We have been looking already at houses that like we know we would want to do a lot to: flooring, paint, kitchen, bathrooms, all of that. So that's what we're going to see today, is 3 of those. This first house that we're at right now is one that our agent found. It's actually his mom's listing, so that might give us a little bit of an advantage, but already I'm not loving the neighborhood. That's still really important to us. So we're gonna go see this one, and then one more that's just like a house, and then another one that's a townhome. So we're gonna go into the first one right now.
So this is the house that our realtor showed us. It had stairs right as you came in the door, which took you up to the kitchen and living room areas. We did really like the living room. There was a really cute fireplace and it had a nice big window to let in a lot of light, but the kitchen was very small and very outdated, and it was also pretty closed off from the rest of the living space, which is a big deal to us. The one thing that this house really did have going for it was the massive backyard. It was so nice and had such a big deck. But the rest of the house was so-so. It was very standard, which, I mean, isn't the worst thing in the world, but it didn't feel like it had any character that we could pull out of it. It had 3 bedrooms. They were all, you know, what you would expect from bedrooms. I feel like these actually look nicer on camera than they did in real life because you can't see all the like little chips in the paint and stuff. Overall, we just decided it wasn't for us, even though the backyard and the basement space also would have been really nice.
All right, that was a very short trip in. That one was not for us. It just like, it was old but without having any character, so it was like, didn't feel like much of a point to updating it because it didn't have like cute features that were getting me excited about like the possibilities. There was a very small kitchen. It did have a big like downstairs basement-y type area, so that was cool. I believe there was also like a detached office in the backyard, which might have been nice for Matt's man cave, but by the time we were getting ready to go outside, we already knew that we weren't interested, so we didn't even go and see it. So onward, I guess.
Is there a song from Onward I could sing? I think we need to watch that tonight with puzzle time.
that sounds nice. Matt and I have been doing a puzzle and watching a different Disney movie every night. It's been very cute.
We've watched like 3 or 4 Disney movies in the last week.
Yeah, it's been great.
That's more movies than we watched in like the previous.
Princess and the Frog, Wreck-It Ralph,
Monsters Inc.
Frozen. Yeah. Anyways, that's not relevant to this video. We're gonna go to the next house. All right, we just pulled up to house number 2. This one is technically a townhome. It's 1,700 square feet, 3 bedrooms, and it has a lot of the features that we want, like a tub and a fireplace.
There's someone in there right now.
Okay, we have to wait to go in and see it because we're a little early for our appointment. The HOA dues on this one are really high compared to the other ones we've been looking for, and it does kind of feel a little bit like an apartment complex, but it's like, it's standalone. You don't share walls with anybody. It's like a house, but it's classified as a townhome, and all the houses are kind of on top of each other. Not like literally, they're just really close. So yeah, I don't know. Jury's still out on this one. I'm gonna get in and see what we think.
So you can see what I mean about all the houses kind of just being on top of each other. The townhome that we looked at had a really cute little front porch, but the layout of the house was kind of weird. It was a circular layout, and we felt like the way that it was set up left a lot of space that you couldn't really use for anything, especially the landing upstairs. The kitchen was a nice shape, although it needed to be updated a little bit. And it had a lot of windows, which was really nice. But I don't know, just the big staircase felt like it was like a tree trunk in the middle of the room. It had a medium-sized backyard, would have worked just fine for us. We actually didn't even go outside because it was so cold. The owner suite bedroom was very big. It had a walk-in closet, which was really nice, and the owner suite bathroom was also pretty big. It had a tub, which is something that I would really love to have, but the tub was very, very small. It was Rowan-sized, not me-sized.
I have a feeling the majority of this video is going to take place in the car. We just finished at the second house. It was, I don't know, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I'm not like super excited about it. It had a lot of space, but the layout made some of that space unusable, basically. And because it is like technically a townhome and like all the houses are so close together and the HOA dues are high, it doesn't seem like I'm not super stoked on it. So we have one more house to go and see today, but the good news is I did find several more listings while we were sitting in the car waiting to get into that one. So we'll probably continue this into the weekend if the next one isn't like perfect, but we'll see.
Looking back at the footage of this third house, I almost wish that we had offered on it, but the killer for this one was the windows. It had very old windows that all needed to be replaced, and that would have been a lot of money to put into the house without making any cosmetic updates, which isn't really something that we wanted. Again, huge backyard. I loved the little covered patio. They had string lights up, which I thought was super cute. The kitchen was a little bit more closed off, but not too bad. I liked the layout of it. The living room was nice. The bedrooms were good. They had nice lighting, although they were a little bit on the smaller side. It would have worked just fine because we obviously have Rowan and, you know, his crib doesn't take up too much room. The owner's suite bedroom, though, was pretty huge, and again, it had a really nice big bathroom. This one definitely needed some updates, and we probably would have tried to put a tub in eventually. It would have been a pretty big project to tackle. It also had this little like Harry Potter closet that they were using as an office.
Okay, last house of the day is complete. It was okay. There's a really sketchy house on the street that I wouldn't love living by, and also all the windows need to be replaced, which is obviously tens of thousands of dollars. And if we're gonna do kind of a fixer-upper situation, that's not really where we want to be putting our money. We'd love to do like a kitchen remodel or something that's gonna add a lot of value. So we're gonna look at 3 or 4 more houses this weekend, and I'll probably see you guys then.
Okay, so it's been a few days since we actually filmed the clips you're about to see, but for all 3 of these houses, our emotional reactions, like when we were there versus the final decision that we ended up making, were very different. So I thought that we would sit down at home and kind of run you through what we thought about the houses and why we ultimately made the choices that we made to offer or not offer. So this first house that we saw, I've got it here on my phone to remind us, was up north, and Matt's parents live south. So we knew that these houses were kind of a long shot. We really liked the look of the houses themselves in the listings, but it was awfully far away from the grandparents for Rowan.
Yeah, the space was really good.
I loved the front porch on this one.
I only had a 1-car garage, which was kind of sad, but it was really long, so it was really deep, so it would be good for storage. I think the laundry was out there too, which is always good for noise, but then it had like a little backyard. And
it was a little on the smaller side, about 1,600 square feet, but it had some really cute details. The kitchen was amazing, very open concept, very updated and nice and new. It had like a wrapped beam, it had some good light. This was definitely the best house aesthetically. I actually loved this house. I loved how open the floor plan was. The kitchen was really, really nice. The owner's suite was again nice and big. That's a running theme with the ones we saw. It had a tub. The bathrooms needed to be updated, but they weren't bad in any sense of the word. And everything definitely felt like it had been taken care of very well. We walked away from this house thinking like, okay, we're gonna put an offer in on this. But then after we got home, we changed our minds about this house and the next house. So I'll show you the next one and then we'll talk about why. So the neighborhood of this next house was one of my favorites that we've seen so far. I really liked this neighborhood. The house was about 1,700 square feet, so a little bigger than the last one. Again, it had a really cute porch, but this one needed some updating.
I'm trying to picture it, I can't remember. Oh yeah, oh, with the front office.
The draw of this one for us was that it's only 3 bedrooms, but it had an office. And we really would love to have like our room, Rowan's room, and then for each of us to have like a little bit of an office space.
Creative space.
Creative space.
Game room.
So we liked the bones of this one. The flooring needed to be updated. The kitchen was probably the worst part of the house because it didn't have like any kind of an island. And the way that it was laid out, it was very small. So there wasn't really a possibility of making it like larger or more functional for us.
You'd have to have put like a narrow, probably portable island in, like just wheels that lock or something.
Yeah, or
like
extended that house all the way to be like flush with the other part of the house and just not have the little porch in the backyard. The backyard on this one was big.
Massive.
Which was really nice, and we really liked that about it.
Yeah, the lot was like half again as big as the first one.
Yeah, and again, we walked away from this one thinking, okay, we're gonna put an offer in on both and see what happens. And then we got home and we were trying to take a nap and I couldn't fall asleep, and I was just like, I just have a bad gut feeling that these are not the right houses for us.
She goes, I just feel, what's the word? And I said, hesitant. She was like, yes. And I was like, I feel hesitant too.
Yeah, so we ended up not offering on those, even though they were really great houses. I think just the location being so far away from family was not worth it to us.
It would be like an hour and a half probably to visit my folks. And obviously it doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, but in the future.
But in the future, you know, we wanted to plan to be able to like have babysitting, you know, and it's, if you have to drive an hour and a half to babysit, like it's not real doable. Or like we like to go to the lake with my family, like in the summers and stuff, and that would be like a 2.5 hour drive. And so it just really put us away from everything. And you know, if we could take the house and, you know, move it 40 miles south or something, that'd be great. So it's funny because I think that's the first time in this process that, like, you know, people say location, location, location. I think that's the first time that this kind of reared its head and was like,
we loved it. Well, I mean, we've been into neighborhoods before and I've been like, no. Neighborhoods even for these were pretty nice, but just wasn't the right location. And then we saw one more house and it was the exact opposite of the last ones, where it was the perfect location. Amazing city, great neighborhood, good walkability, but the house itself, we knew going into it was gonna be kind of a nightmare.
It's almost a fixer-upper, like just like cosmetically.
I mean, I would definitely call it that. It was a house where the owner had died several years ago. The property had been abandoned for a few years and it was about to get foreclosed on, so it was just like a wreck. Like the carpeting, our realtor said it looked like somebody just took a cup of coffee and just drizzled it all around all the floors in the entire house. It was very outdated. It smelled really bad.
Dank.
But it was a good amount of space. It was 4 bedrooms, 1,800 square feet. We loved the location. And we were like, we can do this. We'll paint the cabinets. We'll, you know, redo the kitchen countertops. We'll redo all the flooring. And we were like super on board.
You had signed the offer.
I'd signed the offer already. And then something happened. And I'm not gonna get into it right now because we will do like a big reveal when everything is figured out, because we're still in the final stages of like getting everything in place like legally.
You're telling them.
I'm just telling them a little bit.
I thought I would just leave it at, and then something happened, but not.
That is where I'm leaving it. So I'll tell you soon, hopefully very soon. But we are buying a house. We've got it picked out. It's kind of a crazy situation. And we're super excited about it. So sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, but that's where we're gonna end this video today because it deserves its own video.
To be continued.
So
tune in next time. Same bat channel, same bat place.
Bat?
Like at the end of Batman.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
You're a little young for that one, I guess.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and being with us on this house hunting journey. I'm so excited to take you guys along for the next step. I wish that I could tell you what happened in this video, but we have to get some things signed and get it figured out before I can say for sure. But yeah, we love you guys a lot and we will see you very soon with some very exciting news.